When it comes to high blood sugar, there is actually an increased risk of cardiovascular disease. And the mechanism behind this, I'm not fully sure on, but one of the interesting statistics that I came across in a recent study is that every single time your blood sugar spikes to a point that is way above baseline, this increases your risk of cardiovascular disease. And I would assume it has something along the lines to that anytime you can't control blood sugar in your body, you're not able to get appropriate energy to different areas that your body essentially needs to get energy from. So that energy kind of dysregulation, I would assume, is one of the reasons it could increase your risk of cardiovascular disease. Also, we know that individuals with cardiovascular disease, with diabetes or uncontrolled blood sugar usually aren't eating the healthiest of foods to begin with. They're usually overeating as well. So both of those things, when put together, can be a high increased risk of that cardiovascular disease. Another interesting thing about high blood sugar is that there can be some nerve damage from having high blood sugar in your overall body, and this can cause a whole cascade of issues, including poor circulation, maybe some neuropathy. We'll actually talk about that in a second. But the nerve damage isn't just to one specific area. It can literally be through the entire area of your body. So just something to be aware of if you are trying to stay away from actually getting diabetes. Nerve damage is one of the many reasons to try to keep your blood sugar in check. On top of that, kidney damage is another issue. So when you overconsume on sugar, your kidneys need to work extra hard to filter out all of that excess sugar from your bloodstream, and ultimately it gets put into your urine. That's part of the reason why when you are diabetic you need to pee a lot, is because you're literally excreting a lot of that extra sugar through your urine. Your body's not using it, it's getting literally peed out. So your kidneys take quite a toll because of this exact reason. On top of that, we just talked about some kind of nerve damage issues when it comes to some uncontrolled blood sugar complications. So the next couple actually specifically are very, very focused on that nerve damage. So going blind. And when I say going blind, that's kind of a drastic thing, right? But vision changes are incredibly common in individuals with high blood sugar. So if you are not managing your blood sugar efficiently, the nerves in your eye aren't able to work very well. And this is where you hear the term diabetic retinopathy. Essentially, those nerves in your eyes are just getting killed off. They're completely just getting zilched off by all that extra sugar in your bloodstream. And because of that, a lot of individuals have vision problems. And if it gets really bad, you can literally go blind from it. So just something to realize. On top of that, sticking with that nerve dysregulation, or I should say the nerve damage that happens from uncontrolled blood sugar, you will also potentially have some foot problems. So you might notice that there's some numbness, there's some tingling in your feet, and for a lot of individuals, this is actually just from poor circulation. So if your nerves aren't able to run as effectively through your lower body already has a tough time as it is getting proper circulation. So when you add on that extra layer of the nerves being damaged from high blood sugar, it makes it even more tougher to circulate that body, or circulate the blood through those lower extremities. So lots of foot problems. You'll hear people have foot pain. Maybe they won't even be able to feel their feet. There's a lot of different things that could happen from it. On top of that, teeth and gum infections. This is something that was new to me, but if you are constantly having high blood sugar, I guess it would make sense in the fact that if you're like having cavities and stuff from always eating a bunch of sugar, then that would make sense. But actually having high blood sugar, the mechanism behind that and actually leading you to have teeth and gum infections, that could simply be along the lines of your body just not maintaining homeostasis quite as good, and running all the processes quite as well. So that's potentially my look at it. But teeth and gum infections can happen. Chronic fatigue, of course, if your body's not able to take that blood sugar that's in your body and shuttle it towards all your cells, shuttle it towards your muscle, you will not feel good. Not only will you not feel good, you will not feel energetic, you will not feel like you want to take on any tasks throughout the day. The tough part about this is, on the flip side of having low blood sugar, it's actually kind of similar in that regard of when you have low blood sugar, you're also not going to feel good. You're probably going to feel very tired. So both high blood sugar and low sugar can kind of both have that same kind of overall mechanism of seeing that. And then just weight gain and weight loss. So if you are not controlling your blood sugar effectively, you might be gaining a lot of extra weight, and you also could potentially be losing a lot of extra weight. Neither of these are a good thing. I know what you're thinking right away. Oh, that's great. I'm just going to have high blood sugar and I'm going to lose a bunch of weight. Well, this is not healthy. And in either of these cases, it's simply because your body is not utilizing the energy properly. It's not using the energy properly. And when that happens, you can ultimately lead to a lot of cascading issues. So lots of kind of scary dangers of uncontrolled blood sugar. So make sure, even if you are somebody who's healthy and you want to avoid having this happen to you, highly recommend to make sure your blood sugar levels are okay. Eating that health promoting diet, we know that keeps blood sugar levels in check. Like the video so far if you have gained some valuable knowledge from it.